Hello there, YouTube. How the hell are you? My name is Vac, and we're here tonight to play some of the Crowfall Beta. So come on in, settle down. Let's get to it, shall we? So Crowfall, if you're unfamiliar, Crowfall is a PvP-centered MMO, or what we like to call RVR, Realm versus Realm, which is a really old term that dates back to Dark Age of Camelot, which was really one of the first games of this type. Although you can make an argument for Ultima Online. But the main crux is that it's a game that is, instead of being about quest chains and raids and dungeons, this is all about players fighting other players over land and keeps, castles, outposts, all kinds of things, resources, etc. And so the focus in this game is very much on the PvP and the crafting. The crafting system is super intricate, and I'm getting set up in that, and we'll be able to, we're going to have some more content on that coming soon. But I thought what we would do tonight, since I've spent about 7-8 days now leveling characters, getting out into RVR, I've put one video out of some RVR adventures we've had, and there's been one live stream dedicated to it as well. So I thought what we would do tonight is we would try out Eternal Kingdoms. And so this is, of these three here, the campaign is the high-end guild versus guild RVR. God's Reach is like a level up zone, and then a realm versus realm RVR place called The Infected, which is a lot of fun. And then there's Eternal Kingdoms. And Eternal Kingdoms here is where you get your own little pocket dimension where you can, it's kind of a place where you can unwind between wars. Hey Joshua, what's up, buddy? Welcome back to the stream. And it's a place where you can unwind, build yourself a house, congregate with your friends. You can open it up to the public. You can keep it private. People have built all kinds of things out of their Eternal Kingdoms. So everything from a guild city, which is basically what we're going to do, to like a private house in the middle of the woods, where they can drop their stuff or do their crafting, to a private arena for people to get together and duel and PvP, test PvP. So there's all kinds of different things you can do in your Eternal Kingdom, and we're going to go in and test these systems tonight. So one of the things that I have bought is a Keep Great Hall, and we're gonna make sure we put that up tonight. So this is my first foray into the Eternal Kingdoms. So I have a private, myself only Eternal Kingdom set aside. Everybody does, but you can search up worlds here. You can see that you can go and there's the Infernal Bazaar. There's there's all kinds of different Angry Dad. I see this guy running around all the time, and you can see how many people are there, how many people it can hold. And basically, like, crafters will put their wares up for sale in their Eternal Kingdoms and open it up to the public. And I'm quite sure that's a lot of what the Bazaar is. But there's a number of things that you can do. There's, of course, Trade Port. That also implies that you can go there. And we're going to do much the same. We're going to build a castle. We're going to have a place where all the people who are in Reckoning can go to. And then we're gonna as we build up our crafter base, we're going to turn it into Walmart, basically, and we're going to let people come there and spend their money. So let's go ahead and create this kingdom, and let's see about going in here and building some structures. And that's pretty much going to be all it is. It's a little bitty thing right now. And I guess it's still loading. There we go. Now it's ready. Okay. So let's see what this looks like. So here we are at the center of my personal Eternal Kingdom. Paolo the Architect and Raulo the Builder. They both have some quests for me that I imagine, and though this is a respawn statue, this is one of the gods, I can't remember which, maybe Kronos, I can't remember. And these are the statues that you resurrect at when you die. So let's see what all we got to say here. It's like I would like to learn more about that, Paolo. The books in the building behind me will show you how to place buildings in your eternal kingdom. The knowledge you find in your library is yours to reference whenever you need a reminder. Okay. And is this a bank? That is indeed a bank. That is fantastic. Okay. So, we got ourselves a little quest chain here to teach us how to do this. So let's just run through it real quick, shall we? So learn about parcel placement. Parcel deeds can be used to add land to your kingdom. Open the kingdom building tool and drag parcel deeds from your inventory to your kingdom map. The grid squares of each parcel cannot overlap, but the blending area of your parcels can overlap. Okay. Pretty simple. It's kind of like a little game of Tetris. You can just put all these parcels of land together. It looks like what we have here is not super big. I can kind of see the edge of my territory all the way around. And if you're a fresh, new, young, broke player, this is what you're going to have. All right. Your Eternal Kingdom is customizable. You can change several settings in the EK editor. Some of those changes include making your Eternal Kingdom public or private. You can even set your EK to allow player versus player to test your combat skills in a safe and secure environment, or to settle bets with your friends, which is my guess is what that would be used most often for. All players have a personal kingdom. Subscribers can open their kingdoms up for other players to visit, shop, and build. And this is what we're going for. You can set your kingdom to be public or private. Public kingdoms are open to everyone. Private kingdoms are open only to the players you invite. We're going to start off private, but open it up public later. Manage your kingdom settings using the Kingdom Editor interface or using / commands. Click the question mark button at the top of your chat window for a list of commands. Okay. And we have a stonemasonry station, which is a stonemasonry is a crafting skill that is used to create buildings, walls. And what we're going to do tonight is we're going to throw up what buildings that I have, and I'm not going to worry about walls today. We're going to throw up some buildings. We're going to invite the rest of the guild here and let them put their own houses up, and then we're going to wall the whole thing out. But first, I'm probably going to buy more land and expand this area. Now, one thing that's cool about this, or here, you want to talk again, Paolo? You have mastered the art of terraforming. Return to me again if you have forgotten the way. Hopefully that won't happen, Paolo. But these are resources here. Cobblestone, slag, all of these are basic level 1 resources all over this little map of mine, which you can see is not that big. It's just like an island floating in eternity. But this is a place where you can run around unmolested and get yourself some resources. Oh yeah, we are literally on the edge of eternity. Oh my gosh. Like, I guess it's possible you could float down there if you had wings. There are races, but there is a race with wings in this game. But I think you'd be stuck if you got down there. So just a quick ride around. I'm not seeing any high-level resources, and I don't imagine there are. Nothing rare, nothing like that. Now what I just did was I summoned my mount, and the next big patch in the beta is supposed to come with the mounts work. They just don't have a character model, so you don't see them. And so what they're going to do is in the next big patch, you're going to get mounts. You're going to be able to see the mounts, and they're going to ride, functionally, they work fine right now, but you just can't see them. And the only race that will not get mounts are the centaurs, because of course they're kind of mounted on themselves. and they will get a special animation or effect to let you know that they're mounted. So yeah, I'm seeing a nice little cluster of basic resources everywhere I'm looking here. But I'm not seeing, it's not a very big place at all. Yes, we can actually harvest this wood. So that's just free resources hanging around out there. That's good to know. But let's go talk to this other little Ganetian and see what he's got for us. His name is Rowlo the Builder. Ah, welcome, friend, to your own eternal kingdom. Why eternal? Because they last forever, of course. The kingdom is yours to design and build as you see fit. Building a kingdom requires either backer rewards or advanced crafting skills, and we have a little bit of both. The building behind me contains books that will show you how to add land, buildings, and even vendors to your kingdom. You can invite friends to build here as well, and we will. Because my intention is to build this out to a point where this is going to be a guild city, the Kingdom of Reckoning. Buildings are represented by building deeds. To use a building deed, right-click the deed when you are standing in the parcel where you want to place it. When you right-click the build deed to place it, you will automatically enter building placement mode. Move the building using your arrow keys and raise or lower it with page up and page down. That's simple enough. A building deed might offer multiple variations of the building. When placing a building in building mode, use the left and right arrow keys to cycle through any potential variations available. You can pick up or redeed a building and drop it again to try another variation. And when they end this section of the beta and start a new one, all of these things that I've purchased, they're tied to my account, and they will go back in. I'll have them until release, and really after. And the only one I had to purchase, most of them came with my backer account that I purchased, but the only one I purchased separately is the Keep Great Hall. Every parcel from the smallest farm to a largest city has a building capacity. This limits the size and number of buildings it can hold. The building capacity for a parcel is shown when you enter building mode. Each building deed has a size category from extra small to extra large. If you run out of building capacity, try upgrading to a better parcel. For example, a town has more building capacity than a shire. And that may be something we'll have to do before we can even put this keep down. We're going to find out. Walls, towers, and other defensive fortifications are also represented by deeds in your inventory. Right-click a wall deed to place it in your parcel. Defense tokens dictate how many walls and towers can be placed in your parcel. Building tokens are separate from its defensive tokens. You'll never have to choose between placing a wall segment or a shop. And you can make player shops in this game where you can put vendors down and put wares on them. You have to pay the vendor to stand there and sell your stuff. It's like 5 gold an hour or something like that. Nothing real big, but still, it's very reminiscent of Ultima Online and other games like that. Walls have attach points called sockets, which you can see when you are building in a building placement mode. These allow you to connect wall segments seamlessly. Different assets use different sockets. Look for similar shape and color to see if one asset can socket to another. When one wall is ready to socket with another, the wall will turn yellow in color. Placing the wall here will seamlessly attach these assets. Walls can be customized using wall panel deeds. Wall panels remove a part of the wall, allowing you to insert archways, doors, windows, and arrow slits. Wall panel deeds use sockets, just like walls and towers. When the wall panel turns yellow, it means the placement is valid. Placing it here will seamlessly replace this section of the wall. Some buildings allow you to place vendors. Vendors can sell your items to other players even while you are offline. Acquire a vendor deed and right-click it to enter building mode. Vendors are attached using sockets, just like walls and towers. Available vendor sockets will appear on nearby buildings that you own. Once socketed, talk to your vendor to open the vendor management screen. Place items here and set a sell price for other players to buy them. And that's something we're going to be interested in doing because I have a second account that I'm building a blacksmith on to make weapons and armor. Vendors require upkeep. To pay your vendor, be sure to keep extra gold in your vendor's coffers. When your vendor sells an item, the profit will be placed in his coffer automatically. If a vendor is unable to draw upkeep from the coffers, they will start to junk items to refill the coffer. If they run out of items, they will sit down and go inactive. This is a general crafting station. This is kind of a war table. This is just for looks right here. All right, Rallo. I read all the books. You've learned how to manage your buildings. Return to me anytime you need a reminder on building management. Okay, so now that we've got an idea of how all this works, it's time to put it into practice. So let's run over here and grab some stuff out of my bank. Like, say, a cottage house. Definitely want to get all the parcel deeds. We've got a hamlet. Here's a keep. We'll get a lodge deed. Manor house. Shire parcel. All right, we'll worry about ramparts and walls later. I want to give everybody a chance to build. I want to expand out until at least all of my guildies live here. And then we'll worry about walling it up. And then we'll build out further and build another wall, an outer wall for a city. We'll keep going for as long as we can manage. It just depends on how rich and powerful we get as the Kingdom of Reckoning. And by the way, we're recruiting. If you're in the beta and you're looking to play with some cool people, well, I know a few. So head on up to the Crowfall website and look us up. So let's see here. Wooden bridge and ramp. We'll worry about that later. Bunch of wooden walls. And of course some more parcels. All right. All right, and that is all of our stuff. So this is what we're going to add into the kingdom to get it started today. So let's see if we can figure this out. This is the Edit Kingdom page. So I want to, this is a bit like, I have 2 Shire parcels. And I think I just drag them out. Yeah, okay. You can turn them with, yeah, you just click and drag them. Let's see if we can figure out how to spin them. I'm not sure. Oh, here we go, here we go. Yep, there we go. We can play Tetris with these suckers. So let's do that. We'll drag this other one out and say do that. We have a hamlet parcel where we'll do that. The woodland grove. Oh, you know what? Let's hang on. Let's rethink all this. Woodland Grove, Woodland Hills, Woodland Creek, and so since it seems like we can modify this later, that seems like a fine beginning, and that'll be all of the land that we own. So we'll have increased the size of this island in the ether quite a bit. So let's go with that for now. So it's going to reload my kingdom, I imagine, now with the additional parcels of land. Oh, and too bad it's getting dark. But as you can see, now we're much larger. We got a grove, we got a creek. Let's take a look. probably going to be just more basic materials on that land. But that's fine. I know where we can go to get better materials. But as you can see now, we are much farther out to the edge of the island than we were before. So this is going to afford us quite a bit of land to build on. And it looks like these Shire parcels come with roads and lanterns. So this will be a nice area to put like smaller houses along these roads. And we have some of those to place. But I think what we want to scout out right now is a nice big area where we can put our guild hall and our keep. It's good to have land. All right, so now we're in the Woodland Grove parcel. So that's a square parcel over here. We got the Woodland Creek. We got the Woodland Hills. So these are all heavily wooded. Is it just me or does that look like a structure? No, it's just rocks. It's just very square rocks. Yep. But if we need basic knotwood, there's not going to be any difficulty picking it up. Not that there was before, but now there's a place you can come to where you can privately harvest wood and AFK at your whim, not have to worry too much about mobs or enemy players of any sort. So I'm looking for a nice open area. This looks decent enough. It's the edge of the woods. But I probably should do the keep as close to this central area as possible. And we might have to destroy some of these resources, but that's fine by me. So let's have the front of the keep facing the front of the statue. That just makes sense to me, right? Okay, so that's the front of the statue. Let's see if we can get the keep somewhere out here. Okay, maybe we go right from our inventory. We do. Okay. Manor house, cottage house, lodge, which that's the guild lodge, and then the keep deed. All right, I need to go to a different parcel. Which looks like this is the Woodland Creek parcel. There, now I'm in the Woodland Creek parcel. Okay. The required type of token. Extra large building. So I guess this parcel is just not going to be able to hold that? And I'm guessing that probably none of these parcels will be able to hold it. I'm going to have to build up this land area, which is something that can be done. All right, so how do I see that again? Woodland Creek parcel. Do I get a? Can I get a read on the building? What does that mean? I'll put it back in the backpack, I imagine. I would like to see. I'm pretty sure none of these are going to be able to hold the key. We'll just have to work to that later. Well, let's go ahead and throw a few houses down just so we have this clear how this works. So let's actually head over to the hamlet parcels, because those look like nice places for housing. Alright, so we're in the hamlet parcel. Did we skip the... Okay, hamlet's here, shire there, shire there. Okay. I don't think we can do it here either. Yeah, we could definitely do the house here. I still like the front of the statue better, so maybe what we should do is swap around our land parcels to where we want to be. So let's do that. Let's do that. In fact, I wished I had more shires. Is it a bit laggy on you, Joshua? It's oh yeah, I see that. I see that. Something with my my stream upload. It maybe it's looking good on my end. But it could be something with YouTube, or even my OBS system. I'm really not sure. But I see that it looks a little blurry. Doesn't look great. And we'll hope that clears up just as quick as we can manage here. So I'm gonna swap around a little bit of these. So now I know that looking at here, I'm looking at the front of the statue. He's looking due south. So I know that I want to change up. I want to take you. I want to swap that around. Play a little Tetris here. And there we go. Okay. And of course we can reconfigure all this later. Even buildings that have been placed can be picked up and moved around. Although I'm not sure about items within them. It might be necessary to, I don't know. Might be necessary to, man, this stream is looking really bad. I'm not sure if I should restart that or not. Looks good in OBS. All right, and we're back. Hopefully that will clear things up. Pretty sure that it's a YouTube issue. But it does look a lot better. It does look a lot better. So, let's get back to what we were into, shall we? So we're going to run down here. We're going to run down due south. And we're going to see if there's somewhere out here, once I get outside of this parcel of land, get into this hamlet. Woodland Creek parcel, that's not right. Oh, I feel like it didn't get saved. Okay. It did not. It did not. Okay. So let's fix that real quick. Oh no, it updated my location to follow the parcel. I didn't want to do that. Okay. So the stream certainly looks better. I hope we still got everybody here. But I understand. All right. Things look great on my end. I know that. This game is beautiful. It's very much, you know, it could easily be called a World of Warcraft knockoff. It's got similar aesthetics, right? But the graphics are nice and crisp, especially for a game that's going to focus around PvP. And I got no complaints about that. It's a typical fantasy trope. It's not like World of Warcraft invented any of this. This all came from the mind of Tolkien, right? So we're going to run due south from the statue till we leave the parcel. Now we're in the Hamlet parcel. So let's see what we can drop here. This looks like a nice little road right here. There it is. Okay. There's our statue over there. So let's see what we can build. Can we build the lodge? Right, we got what we got. We got a manor house. We got a cottage that's small. We have a manor house that's large. We have a large lodge, and we have an extra large keep. Okay, so that's going to be too big to build with. We might have to upgrade our land here. And I wish there was a way I could see what parcels have what building restrictions on them. And I know they mentioned that there should be a way to see that. But damned if I see it here. But I also know that there's a way to upgrade land tokens or land parcels. So that's probably what's going to happen at some point. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and you know what? Let's move it all a little closer since none of this land is going to be usable or buildable. Let's get back over to the statue. Yeah, I'm glad that's better on you, Josh. Appreciate it. Appreciate your patience on that, buddy. So anyway, yeah, let's get back out of this parcel of land. Since we're shooting for the moon, but I've still got more work to do before we can get up there. So, and it's not going to be something we're worried about too much until we get into release. But I'm going to keep practicing on how to do this. So we're going to shift around our parcels a little bit here. And let's go with something a bit more like so. And that, and then we'll say there we go. Okay. So these are all viable building parcels. We will one more time, but what this will do is we're going to build in those Shire parcels, and so this will have them right next to our starting central statue right here, right? So now we're still right here. I kind of want everything to be faced toward that big guy right there. So now we're going to have our Shire parcels right down here. And you can see the Shire parcels have these nice little roadways and lanterns and look like places where people live. So, real quick, I don't necessarily know that we'll have room for any of this. We can build a lodge in this Shire parcel. Okay. It's got to be here. Oh, it's very nicely got the okay, so let's put it off the road here. So if we can build that big sucker, hang on, let's see if we can build this keep. Nah, the keep's gonna need a bigger thing. Okay, so we can do, which lodge are we in right now? Okay, let's go over here. And see if we can squeeze it in. Not the manor house, but the lodge. There's the front of it. Environmental object, here we go. Looks like we can get her in right there. And that will be, there we go. That looks pretty good. We can raise it. We can lower it. Let's raise it a hair more. There we go. All right, now we should have a nice big guild lodge. Huh. How do we pick that back up again? There we go. Just want to take it a hair or two that way. There we go. And maybe actually turn it that way. No. I had it right the first time. That way. All right. That does not look too bad. Kind of going through a fence there. Yeah, okay, so this is the Gold Lodge. Okay. I guess that's where we put our captives. Oh, the shattered moon. All right. Let's move that. Keep it right where it is. I want to bring it down till it's not interfering. There we go. That might be good right there. Okay, so they didn't like that. Let's try that again. It was an environmental object that said. I just want to, let's see about that. Nope, doesn't like that. Work with me here. Where's this environmental object? I mean, I'm trying to move it because it's in the way of a hell of a lot of stuff. All right, fuck it. We'll come back and play with it more later. See if I can't fine tune it a little bit, but I'm going to upgrade land parcels before we really move in. So let's run over here to this side and get to this other Shire parcel. and see about dropping ourselves a nice large manor house. That looks pretty nice. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we got ourselves a personal house. That was the last one was for the guild. This one is just for us. Not bad, not bad. Little fireplace. Got a tree clipping through. We'll have to play around with that, or go cut that tree down. Oh yeah. And this would be probably where we would put our crafting tables and etc. and just make this a private area where we could bring our various characters together, drop off goods, and do some crafting. It's not a bad looking house. It implies there's a second floor, but I didn't see one up there really, did you? Nope. Just higher windows on this level. There is a bit of a landing up here. Oh, no, here it is. Here it is, second floor. Well, sort of. Okay. It is certainly much bigger than the house I live in right now in real life. So that's not bad. Comes with some rugs. And then just for the sake of adding to the neighborhood, I have a cottage deed that we can use and try to put down like right in here. This to be something that more like most starting players are going to have. Prevented by collision with your vessel. Okay. Right on the road. Looks nice. Yeah, it does look nice. Okay. So, we got a small house. This might be what we use as like our shop. We got a big house. And we've got the guild hall over there. Oop, not what I meant to do. Cast and heal spells. Alright, so we've built some structures in our own private little kingdom here, known as the Eternal Kingdoms. Every player gets one of these. You don't get all these structures. I got these from the backer package that I purchased, but they'll all be attainable in-game through crafting. And specifically through the stonemason craft, where you're gonna have to go out and bust up a lot of rocks or buy a lot of rocks. But the stonemasons can build all of this stuff. Man, it looks like there should be a flue, or looks like there should be a place to hook up a fireplace to that. Anyway, not a bad setup, and we have a large keep that one day, when we get enough land, we'll be able to plop down and truly call ourselves the Kingdom of Reckoning, and I'm looking forward to that day. And so right now the only crafter I have worked up is a blacksmith, but we might see about adding a stonemason to the repertoire. So for now I'm just going to take this keep deed, I'm going to put it back in there. And we're going to survey what we hath wrought. Big house over there. Kind of can see the little cottage over yonder. Still a lot of room to build here. A lot of room to build. And we have a ton of land off to the north here that we can use for harvesting. So, hey, there we go. That puts us in a fairly good position going forward. And so now, as far as advancing this Eternal Kingdom, we're going to need guildie support. We're going to need more parcels of land, and I think I have more that I can get out here. I'm wondering if there is a way... I can go straight to my spirit vault. That's nice. I don't even have to run around. And I'm wondering if there is a way to make it... Can I only make it public and private? That's the only two choices? Because I'd like to make it guild only to start, but I guess it's just going to be public. Huh. But I bet even if I made it public, the only people that would come here would be my guildies. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll make it a public kingdom right off the bat here. If you're in the beta and you'd like to come by and check me out, come on by. Although, you're more than welcome to just look us up on the website. Our guild name is Reckoning. And if you'd like to join up, we, of course, need more people. There are 500 spots in a guild in this game. And I think I've only got about 10 or so spoken for at this point. And not all of them have arrived yet. They're still waiting for their beta invites. So it is what it is. So now what I can do is I can come here with my other characters and add more parcels of land that they have, and possibly even combine some parcels. We might be able to pull some of these parcels up, combine them together if I get the correct crafter. There is definitely... You can upgrade disciplines. It's probably going to have to happen at a stonemason, which thankfully we have one right over here at a stonemason workshop table, which we have one right here. So let's see here. Upgrade items, still just disciplines. I don't have enough skills to have the on this character or this account to really be able to see any of the crafting recipes, so we're kind of stuck here. This is just my PvP account. This guy is completely focused around RBRing and healing people. This dwarf is Stoneborn, is pretty good at that job, and I look forward to doing more of that. So I guess that's gonna be all the damage I can do for now as far as Eternal Kingdoms goes. So not a very long stream today. But I just wanted to get a look at this, maybe we'll put together another short form video on this at some point in the near future. But we'll probably do that after crafting. So, because that's when I'll really be able to do a little more with this. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Joshua, everyone here that's been riding along live for the last 30, 45 minutes, we certainly appreciate you. Thanks for coming by. We'll be back fairly soon. I'm trying to mostly do short form content because when I'm playing this game, unlike previous games that I've played like Marvel Strike Force, I'm in PvP combat and I don't want to live stream it because enemies can just tune in to my stream and know exactly where my group is, and that's a little detrimental. So I'm taking a lot of footage of the action, and I'm trying to get better at splicing it all together and need to eat a little bit. Splicing it all together and making some montage videos for everybody to enjoy. Now I just need to learn to upload it in a format that isn't 480p, right? That's sad times, right? That's too blurry. So we're going to work on that. I'm pretty new with Premiere Pro, so give me a little time here. I'm just a part-time streamer, but I'm out here doing this because I kind of enjoy it. And I've always been deep into gaming, and I like sharing that with people. And all the cool people that I've met along the way these last 6 months have really made it worth it for me. So I hope you continue to tune in and join us on our Crowfall adventures. Thank you all very much for coming. Till I see you again, be cool, keep gaming. I'm Vac, and